Hello and welcome back to BSLIVE. In this episode, I want to talk about this blend file that I found earlier today. It's actually a blend file from CORZA. You can download it from this link. Um, he kindly shared it with us on Facebook. So you can try this link and download the blend files and take a look inside. And you're going to find this. And I was kind of surprised actually. It's kind of like it's geometry node setup. It's very efficient, and it give you these ancient ruins, right? So I always imagine like in the blend files you can store information like procedural geometry nodes that generate something. In this case, it's an ancient ruins, right? So that means the whole blend files can be used to create something cool like this, right? Even though it's really simple but very efficient, and it's got a procedural shader as well. So a single blend files can contain a piece of history, or like, yeah, of course it could be like the whole thing is like an art, right? It's amazing. This one actually contains 5 elements. So if you find this blend and you already knows what to do, you can break it down yourself. But I'm just gonna go through and explain it a bit. So you basically have these objects over here, which is like this one. It's stored inside this collection, original geo. This element is what's being used and in here to create this ruins. It's separated into 5 different things. The first one, big stairs. This one is actually a mesh object, I believe. Yeah, it's a plain mesh object. If I go inside, if I go to wireframe mode, it's just an edge vertices that we can pull to create stair. This one is probably the simplest one. So an edge, if we look at the geometry nodes, so we have mesh converted to curve and then resampled and curve to points. All right. Yeah, because we can have this length instance on points, and we are instancing a cube objects, which is this guy, and then yeah, we get a stair. So that's simple enough, but the procedural texture really give it that kind of detail. That looks really beautiful. It's really beautiful setup by CORZA. This one, a platform stair, which is basically without the geometry nodes. It's just this kind of plane that you can extrude. So I think a lot of level design with proper setup can basically create something like this. And geometry nodes, the geometry nodes looks like this, or it's slightly complicated. Normal, okay. Group input, separate the geometry. Okay, that's interesting. I never actually use it that way. Subdivide. I think it's actually creating some kind of grid. And some objects being scattered. It's a grid that's being scattered, but anyhow, we get this floor, something that looks like floor. The stair, it works if you are doing it this way. Anyhow, that's the second object, that this one, and then we got the big and flat blocks to create the wall. Big and flat blocks, okay. The big curve block, if I look at it, okay, this is basically a curve. If we go to the top view and we use this draw on the surface or on the grid, you can create that kind of spiraling. If you make like an ancient temple, let's say supposedly you make like a comic books, right? And you want to have this type of assets. In my imaginary comic books, imagine like you're a character and you found this like some kind of blend files, but I know it needs to be an object, right? Maybe like in the future you find a blend files and it contains this temple, and then you need to rebuild the world, like, it could be an interesting idea. You get that big blocks. The curve with big blocks is created this way. Okay, the way CORZA arranged the nodes is interesting. Okay, resample the curve. Okay, that's easy. Instance on points. A little bit of randomness. So we are instancing this object. Transform geometry. Okay, maybe put it on the floor. Translate instances. Randomize. Rotate instances with random value. I never do it this way, but it's kind of interesting to see. Is it rotating it? Oh, anyway, it's using translate, rotate instance, and then realize instance at the end. It's nice to be able to play around with this. And then there's another one, the curve flat blocks. This is also a curve. If I draw it this way, it's really drawing flat kind of thing. It's like a pathway. And the curve flat blocks look like this, for example. Very similar to the big blocks. There's a curved pebble just for detail, I guess. The pebble, if you draw, go to edit mode, you draw on surface, you can draw detailed pebbles. In video games, you also have this detailing. There's a platform stair, and that's the one we have seen before. So the actual platform. I guess we can go to edit mode. We need to have an edge. And we need to extrude it. I'm trying to imagine how the thought process when CORZA created this. Extrude, rotate, scale. Extrude, rotate, extrude, rotate, extrude, rotate. Yeah, I think that we get the platform. We get the walls. What's really interesting also the shader itself that looks like this. I just wanna document it because it looks really cool. Texture coordinate mapping. Okay, this one is using a texture and then maybe randomizing the texture. There's a cool one like this one with a chaos mapping. I don't know who made this. Maybe CORZA made it. That's super useful, and inside is looking like this. Just want to document it. Just want to record it and document it just in the future, just in case someone wants to study it. Just build it from scratch. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just really cool. I just want to show what I found. Yeah, like I said, I'm making this imaginary comics, right? The character and the blend files, the Blenderian character, maybe one last person who found everything and rebuilt everything from scratch. It's crazy ideas, right? But the blend files can contain an ancient ruins. Yeah, CORZA, thanks for this. You can download it from this link. Where is it? Oh, okay. Can I click on it? That's interesting. Open link. Oh well, that's weird. Anyhow, yeah, the single blend files can contain ancient ruins with the shader. Of course, in video games, you might have the whole thing inside of video games to build a level. Anyhow, I just want to share this. It's pretty cool. You can download the blends file itself and play around with it, or try to rebuild the whole setup using geometry nodes. As you can already see, it's possible, and using just a simple components and then instancings, and you got this level design tools, right? Yeah, I guess that's pretty much it what I want to talk about. Hopefully you find this useful. Thanks again for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye.